When creating Sesame Place San Diego, we had a unique opportunity to create an authentic street that represents the one that everyone knows from the television show. But at the same time, we wanted every opportunity to bring this street to life, make it unique and somewhat a little new and different from the others that we've done both in Orlando and in Pennsylvania. Our street comes to life with a talking Big Bird.
La, 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 la.
Big Bird being the character that we all know. He's our iconic character for Sesame Place, and he is the lifelike representation of the character that we know from television.
I worked with this brand for 35 years, and the one thing that was always lacking was the character being able to actually speak to a child. These characters really are the child's friend. They're watching them every day on TV, and they're relating to these characters like they're their friends.
We wanted to give Big Bird the opportunity to meet and greet guests in a very natural way, using his own voice and bringing the character to life in a way that most guests never get to experience a costume character.
And what's the beautiful thing about T-Bird is that he can actually interact with the child, and that child can have that excitement of, I just saw my friend and my friend spoke to me, which is what the natural interaction should be. That's what the child expects to have. And this allows the character to come to life and actually speak to the child in real time and speak to the child out in the park environment.
SeaWorld has had a long partnership with Beaudry, creating fun interactive experiences. And we, knowing their past experiences with bringing characters to life with voice, we wanted to bring that into our park. And in our case, it was an extra special opportunity, being that you're meeting the character and seeing the true face of the character as their mouth is puppeted in a way that interacts and brings the entire character to life. So it was a next evolution for us to take their great technology and develop it even further.
It's a whole different level performing when you can have that interaction of talking with the guest and them feeling like they're actually engaging with Big Bird. I'll admit I got a little emotional in there, kind of just seeing some of the kids and even adults, my age or older, just excited to see, I can talk to Big Bird.
Years ago when I toured and we had done a show, and after the show there was a whole school group of children there that were blind, and we came out in costume and sat on the edge of the stage, and they just felt our costumes. And how amazing would it have been to have been able to speak to that child in the character voice? It would have made it so much more enjoyable for the child, because you're just sitting there as a performer trying to be as quiet as you can be, because you know that they can probably even hear you breathing.
So by using our partners over at Beaudry's system for gesture-driven character audio, we integrated their system into our character to bring him to life, and using simple gestures and things that seem very natural to a guest. And it's a completely seamless and invisible opportunity to create this lifelike character who talks and laughs and tells a story and makes children just react with such surprise and joy.
It took me about 3 days to feel comfortable in front of all the guests. I think it became second nature for me within probably the third or fourth family.
He not only interacts with guests in the park, but also with the park and the street itself. Big Bird might ask,
have you visited Oscar in his trash can yet? You know what? He's pretty grouchy.
and then you hear Oscar shout back with some fun but grouchy thing.
Well, if you did, I probably told you to scram.
When you go to a show and the characters have spoken on stage for years, pre-recorded voices, the characters can interact with each other, they can speak, but they cannot really speak to the guest unless it's pre-recorded and it's baked into the show. This way, is different because it's going to allow, as it progresses, and I'm hoping that it does progress, it's going to allow the characters actually at some point be able to speak to each other and include the child in the conversation. And then it truly becomes what the child was expecting all along, which is to have a play date with their friend. Having the characters truly come to life is priceless. It really is. It's magical.
Have you visited
It's
the
magical.
bike shop yet?
Big Bird is such an iconic character, and Talking Big Bird fully embodies his likeness, mannerisms, and personality. Seeing kids interact with Talking Big Bird is a truly magical experience. We're so happy that we can bring the laughter and learning of Sesame Street to life at Sesame Place San Diego through Talking Big Bird.
Hooray! I get to meet all of our new friends. Hooray! Yay! Good job! Yay! That's a great one. Aw, that's great. Did I blink? Oh, good.